Okay, guys. Good morning. Good morning. It's it's Friday morning. It's the first Friday of the new year. Y'all know I've been doing a little bit of work over at my aunt's house, and I've been going over there. I haven't been, I'm visiting while I'm working too, so it's not like I'm going over there and just, working the whole time. But either way, I don't have any more work really until Monday of next week. So I've been using this time, the last, I went out of town. I spent a couple days over at my aunt's house and then went out of town, came back, and now after dealing with the front yard thing, so an update on that. I talked with my neighbor, the actual individual that actually does the fireworks back there, and every year they do fireworks, and every year it hasn't caught on fire, but me and him have talked about it before, and but you have to be neighborly to a certain degree. I don't want to create a bunch of enemies, living right next door to me, over something that I know they didn't mean to do it, though that doesn't change a whole lot. But yeah, I was going to have a real attitude if he did not reach out to me in any way and acknowledge anything. That was going to be a problem for me. So yesterday afternoon, when he got in from work, me and him talked. So, and he's not the owner of the property or nothing. His parents own the property. So I'm sure that they're telling him, hey, we don't mind if y'all shoot fireworks off, but you can't be catching our neighbor's yard on fire and stuff like that. And I know this is not the only time that this happened. So I still had to document it though for future stuff. And I told him that, because at the end of the day, I got to protect my property. And but he told me that they would not be shooting fireworks off back there no more. That this was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I see and feel that he's getting pressure from others besides just me, right? So and probably his parents, because his parents, they don't really care too much about none of that either. So but at the end of the day, we can either I can either keep pushing it, because I'm not concerned about the grass. I know a lot of guys come in the comments and they're saying well, they did you a favor and all this. And no, they didn't do me no favors, man. I mean, I know it's not going to hurt the grass, and that's really not the biggest concern. The biggest concern is the lack of regard. Not regard, I don't want to even say that. It's the lack of knowing what they're doing with fireworks and when to shoot them off and when not to shoot them off, and all that there. You can't just, there was a burning ban the night of the firecrackers, the New Year's night. It was just so dry and windy. So, it's to me, I don't want to have any neighbors that have hard feelings, and even though I feel like, I should be the one with hard feelings, I just wanted him to acknowledge it and to tell me that he would not do it no more. That's all I wanted. I don't care nothing about prosecuting. I don't care nothing about suing, because all that takes energy and time and money. And I don't want to spend my time doing that on something that that I know is an accident, something that I know they ain't got no money either. And I know that it's not, you know, there's no, you know, permanent damage to my yard or nothing. And I realize that burning the grass like that is pretty good for it. I don't know that it's good for it this time of year. Usually people do it in the, you know, early spring. But, you know, we'll see. You never know. But I'm moving on now. I'm not, you know, I got documentation. So, you know, and he knows that because the police talk to them too. So I'm not trying to create any enemies or nothing. The laws are really, there's a big gray area when it comes to the laws of this kind of thing. Now, I guess if the house had burned down, then there would be, I don't really know what the difference is. If you start a fire and it burns somebody's grass and it don't burn their house, does it have to burn a house down to be noteworthy or to be against the law? See, I don't know. I don't think the police knew either, because they probably haven't had a lot of houses burned down because of that. I don't know. And with Georgia, you know, they just made fireworks illegal in the last, you know, I don't know how long ago, but in the last 10 years or so. But just because something's legal doesn't mean that you're not responsible for what you do. And just like if you shoot a bullet, wherever that bullet lands, you're responsible for that because you're the one that shot it. Same way with a match. Now, prosecutable, I don't want to see nobody go to jail over that because I don't feel like there was any facetiousness or anything. If I did, then I would push for that. But time will tell. Me and the neighbor, I've known the young man. I say he's young. He's not really that young anymore. I've known him since he was in high school. And now he's 35 or whatever. So I've watched him grow up, and I know him. He's never worked for me or nothing, but I've been living here for a long time, and so have they. And you know, we don't need no beef, man. You know. So now moving forward. So today, I got footage over at my aunt's house yesterday, but I messed around and left the camera on the Manlift. The Manlift was started doing some crazy stuff yesterday. I'm going to have to put that Manlift in the shop. There's a few things going on with that I'm not really, you know, qualified to fix or whatever. I don't know how. When I get it back home, I'm going to put it in the main shop instead of the shipping container, and I'm going to look at a few things, you know, that will make it where, well, I want to make sure that it's got enough hydraulic fluid, that, well, there's a few things. It got hung up yesterday, and I don't even know. I was up in it, and it seemed to just lose power up in the basket. Yeah, that was pretty unnerving because I was pretty high up when that happened, and it's almost like a timer or something. So then when I reset it, the emergency switch or whatever, put it this way, sometimes when you're up in the basket, you'll hit the emergency button. There's a button, a big red button up there. Y'all see them on big machines all the time, where you just shut off, and especially for electrical stuff. And sometimes when you're, you know, maneuvering around in the basket, you might bump into that button, and it'll shut it off from the basket. So then you go, then you just reset it. You just pull the emergency button out and twist it, right, and it pops back on. I think there's something going on with that button. Not exactly 1% sure, but it's unacceptable for it not to work when you're up in there. So another thing is the tilt on the basket itself, where you can tilt it forward a little bit or back a little bit. It's not working. So when you first get in it, it goes up, and you're kind of sitting back like this a little bit when you're standing in it. but then it seems like the higher it goes, the more it levels out. I don't know. Usually it's self-leveling to a certain degree, and if not, you can tilt it a little bit forward or a little bit up, and to get it level, according to what you're doing or whatever. So that feature's not worked the last couple times I've used it. So that's going to be something. I just need to have it checked out. So I'm going to be after, but I don't want to spend any money like that, because there ain't no telling what working on that thing's going to cost. I mean, if I took it somewhere and they fixed all the little things wrong with it and they told me $1,500 or $2,000, I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what things like cost. And then, there's a lot of things on these lifts that are, well, there's safety features too. And sometimes you take things to the dealer, they're gonna address all the safety features too. So, and I haven't modified it or anything like that. So it is as it was when I bought it. So we'll just have to see what it is right now. The Manlift is still over at my aunt's. I got a rope up in a tree that I want to pull down. I'm gonna try to do that. I pretty much set up to do that yesterday. I cut a limb off of another tree that I felt like was where I pull this big tree is gonna hit. It's probably still gonna hit that tree no matter what I do. As long as it don't hit the house, I'm good. All that video that I did yesterday is on the camera at, that's in the basket. I didn't get a lot of footage, but I did trim quite a few trees around there yesterday, and I got some footage of that. It's hard to get footage in the Manlift and no help or nothing out here. And I'm not charging my aunt, so I'm not wanting to pay anybody to come out here either. Like I said, I'm just taking it easy, doing the things that I want to do, and I'll usually, do that. Well, usually all the time, but this time of year it's usually really slow, and this is the time of year that I have time to do other stuff. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to trim the bottom branches off of this tree. My goal is to try to get some of the ones that are leaning over the house, not that great big one up there, not that one, but some of the ones coming off of that one, and just clean up, of course, get this lower stuff. So I'm going to get in the basket and do that. I guess I'm going to put y'all Okay, y'all, so I trimmed those trees. The battery started acting stupid. It's kind of cold. I don't really know. So next thing I want to do is I want to get this mess, yeah. Y'all see the mess right here? The big, I mean, it's old vines and everything. I'm probably going to end up cutting or pushing over that other tree right there. I'm going to get all that crap right there. And then I'm going to ease the Manlift back up in there, and I'm going to put a rope in that great big tree up there. Shouldn't be a problem dropping that tree. It's just I'm more concerned about, well, what all is going to hit on the way down, because it's going to hit something. But I'll be able to put a rope in it with the Manlift. So, and the good thing is now I got the stump grinder over here today. So, but see, I had a flat tire this morning, so that put me an hour behind, and I was already running late. So, yeah, it's 1 o'clock, man, and I figured I would be already having this thing back home by now, and I hadn't even, you know. But there's always, there's always stuff that you can do to keep. I mean, look at all the debris there. So, but I don't want to hook the grapple up until to pick up all that until I get this thing done with this. So we're gonna pimp the Manlift, y'all. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do. Just pimp. Y'all, so I'm gonna go on and get the rope up in this tree. This is the tree I want to get right here, the big sweet gum. Now I'm debating on which way to pull it, because there's not, obviously you can't go far that way. So if we bring it straight down through here, it's going to hit every tree. I'm thinking this way. Let me try to, I don't know for sure yet. But I'm gonna get a rope up in it so we'll have some control before I take the Manlift on. The Manlift's been acting up, so I may have to put that Manlift in the shop, because I'm not qualified really to work on that thing. Let me see what I can do here. All right, y'all. So I got a lot of the back braking stuff done. I didn't want to well, you know, having a flat tire set me back, so yeah. Okay, y'all, so I'm fixing to get my rope straightened out. I'd be telling a lie if I wasn't a little nervous about this tree. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm a little bit nervous about it because of this tree, see. And I want to analyze every which way to take it down, but my thinking was come straight through here. It's going to hit some shit though on the way down for sure. There really ain't no way of, I'm trying to think, see if there's any other angle I can pull it. And I always get real nervous. Well, it's a cross all my T's, dot all my I's kind of nervous. So you can't bring it this way. No way. You'll rip that whole tree out. I mean, I could bring it this way, but man, I don't know. That sucker might hit the damn fence right there. And I damn sure don't want to take it straight down beside the house right there. No way. That's too sketchy. It's too sketchy. Too much can go wrong. So I'm gonna put y'all on something. I got to pick this big branch up first, get it off the rope. Then I got to get my rope straightened out. Okay, y'all, so I got it kind of tight, and I'm gonna go notch it now and see. Well, I want to see what the lean is right now. I'm gonna try to put y'all somewhere where y'all can see me drop it, but I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm out of danger now. So, well, I'm out of danger of hitting the house. I know I can get it down now because, well, I could just take this other tree out. And I was thinking about taking it out before but see, that big branch is hung up on there. There's no way you're gonna, yeah. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna grab that rope and I'm gonna try to pull it down. But the rope broke where we tied it together. So, about time for some more rope, man. This rope is well, it's arborist rope, 9,000 pound tensile string. But I want to go on and get this down, so I'm probably going to go on and cut this red oak. I'm gonna move the machine out of the way, and then we'll just let them both fall. Not a big deal. That red oak would be good firewood for somebody. Just going to use a little saw for that so I can get out of the way. I'm going to try to hit it with the machine a couple times and see what it does. But I don't see it doing a whole lot. That's a big branch. I don't know. I'll try to zoom in on it. That's a big branch right there that's hung up. And see what happened now is it can't twist. And see, I was afraid it was going to twist on that tree, and that tree, it would be if it twisted on this tree right here, it would be more vertical. And that's what I was afraid of. That's why I decided to go that way, even though I knew it was going to hit these trees. But I think if I cut this one red oak down right here, that it'll, and I'll grind anything that I'm cutting, I'm gonna grind the stump. So, yeah. But this is a wrap right here. It's just a matter of getting it down. It cannot hit the house now. So that's all I cared about. And we got a channel between. good. No, right here. So here we go. Oh, love it. Bam. Yeah. These two are never a problem. All right, y'all, so I got that one done. I think about 45 minutes though to get it. When I put the grapple bucket back on, I'll come over here and drag this.